Your news for the state of Tennessee in about 10 minutes. Tennessee in 10 starts now.
Thanks for joining us for Tennessee in 10. I'm Amanda Hara at WSMV in Nashville. The death toll from weather events in Tennessee has now risen to 11. And the TBI and Tennessee's Occupational Safety and Health Administration are now both investigating that plastics factory in Unicoi County. That's where several workers got trapped in flooding. Some of them died, and others are still missing this morning. One woman says she last heard from her cousin on Friday. Pictures show 29-year-old Rosa Andrade trying to escape the rising water at Import Plastics.
She just said that when they let them out, it was already too late because cars were moving away with the water. And that's where she just lost it. She knew that maybe she wasn't going to be able to get out, especially if she doesn't know how to swim.
Andrade has a husband and 2 young children. Her family now hoping for closure and for accountability.
How do you feel like your cousin was treated?
Hey, another employee, I could replace them.
But she's not just another employee to you.
Nope. None of them are. They were all so important.
Well, the TBI has been asked to investigate if anything criminal happened on Friday. And Tosha says it has not received any reports from the company, even though state law requires employers to report workplace fatalities within 8 hours. They're going to be surveying Impact Plastics, reviewing company records and procedures, and interviewing employees. The investigation process could take up to 6 months. We reached out to Impact Plastics, but they didn't want to give an interview. Well, questions are also being asked about when warnings were issued. Our investigative team analyzed data from the National Weather Service and found that when the actual warning went out for people to evacuate, it was too late for many to escape. At 9:14 on Friday, the National Weather Service issued a flood warning for people in Unicoi County to move to higher ground. By 9:38, the owner of Unicoi County Hospital, Ballard Health, tweeted they were told to evacuate, but the flooding happened so quickly, ambulances could not safely approach the hospital. At 12:58 Friday afternoon, 54 people were on the roof of the hospital, and 7 more were waiting for help in rescue boats.
I think we'll have time after the fact to look at where we could have improved communication and what kinds of things we could have done to improve warning and alerting.
Our investigative team asked Ballard Health if they had an evacuation plan in advance of Friday's flood. They said they'd take directions from the Emergency Management Agency. Flooding discussions happened Thursday, but they say they didn't realize that they would actually need to evacuate. Well, FEMA is clearing up some misinformation about hurricane relief donations. You can still donate, but people are being asked to connect with organizations or drop donations off at places where they'll be brought to East Tennessee. That's to keep recovery efforts running smoothly. And they say it's just too dangerous for people to be driving in some of those conditions. Bristol Motor Speedway is accepting those donations, and then they'll make sure they get dispersed to people out east.
I'm Whitney Turner in the WVLT newsroom. Help is coming for East Tennessee. President Joe Biden now approved a major disaster declaration for areas hit hard by the flooding from Hurricane Helene. And that means funding is now available for people in several East Tennessee counties. Also, the IRS has extended tax deadlines for those affected by the storm. What we know today, more than 180 people are dead across the country. 11 of those deaths have been reported here in Tennessee. 23 people remain missing, even more without homes. With hundreds of structures reported, that number is expected to rise. And we're learning more about the Cobb County Jail in Newport. Its basement flooded, forcing the sheriff's office to evacuate all 142 inmates. Sheriff C.J. Ball says he does not expect to move the inmates back to the Cobb County Jail for at least 60 days. Cobb County authorities are working with the courts today to see if any inmates who have served almost all of their sentences for misdemeanors can be released early. Right now, the jail is dealing with mold problems, and all of its archives were lost in the flooding. Back to you.
Well, a student overdosed on a vape pen while riding a school bus in Ray County. He appeared to be having a seizure, so other students placed him on the floor of the bus while they waited for medics to arrive. The student was later treated and released, but now authorities say he overdosed on a vape that contained 99.9% THC, the highest content in the state. Two students from Ray County High School were arrested and charged, and then a home was searched, leading to the arrest of two men. First Alert meteorologist Melanie Layden is here with a look at the forecast. Pretty mild, especially when we think about what happened last week, Melanie.
Exactly. It's going to be very dry for a while, and our temperatures really heating up. We're going to be heading into the first full week of October, but it's going to feel more like June outside. We're talking temperatures in the 80s for the next couple of days, but again, not going to see much moisture out there. Just a lot of sunshine for really the entire state of Tennessee. Today, a mix of sunshine and some clouds. Our temperatures noticeably warmer. 83 in Nashville, 83 out in Memphis, back in Knoxville, 82 degrees there today. And then through tonight, things are looking good. Early tomorrow, much of us will deal with some pretty dense fog again, especially around Nashville, Cookeville, back into Knoxville too, and probably even down into Chattanooga. A couple of showers are possible for the eastern half of our state. You can see here a couple of hit or miss showers out near Cookeville. Nashville might get a stray one or two. Chattanooga and Knoxville could maybe see an isolated shower as well.
All right, Melanie, thanks. Well, fall has officially arrived. Gaylord Opryland, though, already thinking about the holidays and Christmas and wintertime. Right now, more than 40 artisans from China are in Nashville. They're going to be using chainsaws, chisels, and other power tools to carve the sculptures for this year's ice attraction. The theme this year is Frosty the Snowman. 11 scenes will be carved using 2 million pounds of ice. Opryland says it's going to take about 40 days to complete. Thanks for joining us for Tennessee in 10. We'll be back here tomorrow morning with a look at the big stories from across the state. Have a great day.
This is Tennessee in 10, streaming your news and weather across the state in about 10 minutes.